Hello everyone, this is Dr. Manal Abdullal. I'm glad to be with you today in a new video. In this video, I'm gonna talk about very important topic in AutoCAD, and it's essential to use it. To draw accurate drawings, you need to use ObjectSnap. And I've got several questions about how to use ObjectSnap, what the best way to use it in our drawing. The first thing we talk today is about ObjectSnap. I'm gonna talk about endpoint, midpoint, center, and most of the ObjectSnap you see in this panel. Also, I'm gonna show you how to use the tracking, the ObjectSnap tracking correctly. The last thing I need to talk about is polar tracking, how to set up the angles, how to create new angles for your drawings. So let's jump to AutoCAD and get started. Let's start by turning off the object snap, turn off the object snap tracking and the polar tracking. If you don't find them on the taskbar under here, you can click on the customization and make sure that the object snap tracking and the polar tracking and the object snap are all turned on, so you can turn them on and off and control them from the taskbar. Now, after that, I'm gonna draw some objects on the screen to help me demonstrate the lesson for today. At the beginning, I'm gonna draw a circle, center radius, random circle, so it doesn't matter how big it is. I'm gonna draw an arc, 3 points, also like random. I didn't get any dimensions here. I'm gonna draw a rectangle. Okay, I'm gonna draw polygon. I'm gonna make the side 6, that's fine. Put edge here, and I'm gonna draw just random polygon. Also, I'm gonna draw a line, so there are several objects on the screen. What else I will do here? I'm gonna insert a block. To insert a block, I'm gonna use the tool palette, Control 3. Go to architectural, and this is a door. I'm gonna use the door and insert it, then I will exit. So I have several objects on the screen. Now let's say that I need to draw some lines from the middle point to the midpoint. In this case, I'll start the line command, and I need to get close to this line to find the middle. But there is no way to be very accurate in this case. And you know, in AutoCAD, we need to be accurate. The best way to do this is to click on the object snap and use one or more of these object snap modes. The first one I'm gonna use is the endpoint and the midpoint. So I'm gonna check both of them for now. As you see now, it is turned to blue, it is active, and if I click on it, we have endpoint and midpoint. The endpoint is the end of the line. Okay, so if this is a line, this is the endpoint. And as you see here, as an example, there's 2 points, an example of a line with 2 points at the end. So this is the endpoint. And the midpoint, which is the middle of point, it needs 2 points to be the middle. Now, if I need to draw a line, I click on the line or I'll enter. Then, as you see here, this is the midpoint and it looks like a little triangle. I click on it, left click. Now I can go to the other side. Again, this is the midpoint and it's a triangle. We need to remember how it looks with the midpoint. Okay, so this little triangle means it is the midpoint. As you see now, it's the endpoint. Also, it is a midpoint. If you go closer, you will take the midpoint. So endpoint, because it's the end of the line, and this is the midpoint here. This is the endpoint. It looks like a square. If I turn off the endpoint and I go back, so this is the midpoint, which is the middle of the horizontal line. Okay, but if I put the endpoint, so it is the end of the diagonal line. Okay, so that the difference. So we can use either one, but just make sure that you get the object snap, the correct one, either the end or the midpoint. Now let's say that I need to draw a line from the end of this point till this intersection or the end point here, the corner. So I'm gonna start the line command, find the end point, left click, then I go here, left click, so I connected the lines. End point is the end of the line, midpoint is the middle of the line or the middle of 2 points. Now, the third one is the center. The center only for circles. So it is the center of the circle, or it could be the center of an arc. If we have an arc, it has a center, so it could be the center of the arc. But it's not a center of a polygon. To find the center of the polygon, we need to go to geometric center. Let's see what the difference between these two. I have here an arc and a circle. I need to find the center of this line, and I need to draw a line from the center of this line to another point. So I'll start the line. I need to go here. I don't find the center of this circle. The best way in this case is to activate the center. I click on center. Now I go closer. I just go over a little bit, hover over the circle. Then I find the center and I draw my line. Similar to this, I can draw a line from the center of the arc. Here is the center, and I can connect the point. If you need to draw a line from the center of this polygon, you cannot find it. So what you need to do is activate the geometric center. But in this case, you go a little bit inside, then you find the geometric center. But remember, you will not find it if you're drawing by lines because it's segments. You should draw it using a polygon, rectangle, or polygon, or you need to use polyline. Okay, so if you are drawing it with polyline, you will find it. For example, if I'm drawing here just using the line segments, as you see here, it's several segments, so you will not find the geometric center. Even if I go to line, if you go closer here, even if the geometric center is on, you cannot find it. The best way in this case is to join the segments. Type join, enter, select the segments, enter, and now it is a polygon. And if you need to draw a line from the geometric center, you can go closer and find the geometric center. So you need to join it and make it polyline. To find the geometric center, you need to use polygon, rectangle, or polyline, or you can join them in most cases. Now, if I need the geometric center for this polygon, I go closer to that, make sure the geometric center is on. Let's say that I need to center this polygon with the circle. I need to move the circle to the same center. So I'll start the move command, click on the circle, select object, finish, right click. Now specify base point. You need to click on the center. You move it. Let me turn off the ortho. And now when you go closer, you find the geometric center and you click on the geometric center. Now I centered both objects using the object snap. If I need to center this polygon with this circle, I click move, pick the polygon, enter. Now I go closer to the geometric center and go here to find the center of the circle or the geometric center of the polygon. Now, three objects have the same center. We talked about the endpoint, midpoint, center, and geometric center. Now, let's move on to node. A node is for point. I'm gonna leave it now inactive and show you what does that mean. If I go to the draw panel, then I get points. Here I can draw multiple points. Click on points and let's draw a point. Now, my point has this style, but you can change the point and you might have different style. Let's type PT, enter, and this is the point styles. Maybe you have just point, maybe X, maybe any other styles. I use the cross and it's okay for me. Now, if I need to draw multiple points, I'm gonna draw another point. Let's connect this point. I'm gonna draw a line and to try to get closer, I cannot pick that point. To pick that point, I need to have the node active. So I click on that node. Now I can go to line and pick this point. Okay, hit enter to finish. Now, if you need to draw from the midpoint, you find the midpoint easily and you can complete your drawing. So to connect any points, you need to have the node. Now, the quadrant is for circles. A quadrant, as you see from this drawing here, it has 4 points that divide the circle for 4 parts. Now, let's say the quadrant of this circle. Each circle has 4 points, dividing it for 4 parts. If I need to draw a line from the first quadrant, I cannot find that on the horizontal line or the angle 0. Then we have another one on the 90. But if we do have the quadrant on, now you see here, we have a little diamond shape. It looks like dividing here, so I can connect that, and as you see here I have another one. I can connect all the points, and this is the quadrant. Okay, so you can draw using the quadrant. The next one is the intersection. The intersection, from its name, the intersection of 2 lines. Let's say here we do have 2 lines, this one and this one. They intersect at one point. In this case, we might get this point from the end point, but sometimes if we do have lines like this way, and this is the intersection here, it's not a midpoint, it's not an end point. So if I need to draw a line from this point, from the intersection point here, I cannot get it. I get this midpoint, I get the end point, but I don't have the intersection. So in this case, I need to make sure the intersection is active, and you get that little X mark, and this is the intersection, and you can just draw any line and connect to other. So this is the intersection of 2 points. Now the next one is the extension. The extension, I'll give you here example. If I need to draw a line from the extension of this line, okay, so I need to draw a line from the extension. I don't need to draw it, then trim it or delete it. So what I can do here is I click on the extension. Now I go here, you find dot coming from that line, extended without drawing anything. I could put the distance, like if I need the distance here 1, I put 1, enter. As you see here, far away just 1, and this is the distance. Then I can complete my drawing. So the extension gives you a chance to draw from an extended line. So extend, and here you get that line. Okay, then you draw, and this is the extension. Insertion, the insertion point is the insertion of blocks. Let's activate the insertion and show you here what does that mean. Let's move this block. Okay, and if I get closer here, this is a geometric center. We have endpoint, and we have intersection. Also, we have a new one, which is insert, and this is the insertion point of this block. When we first designed that block, or when it is already designed, it has an insertion point. So the insertion point is located in blocks, and it looks like this shape. It is insertion, and you can move it from the insertion point. Let's say that I need to move this block from the insertion point to the end point. So I can move it this way. So this is the best way to use the insertion point for blocks. Now let's move on to the next one, the perpendicular. The perpendicular, from its name, it makes the 90 degrees, and we can draw perpendicular lines using the perpendicular object snap. Draw a line, a specific point. I'll put any point here, and then you go closer. You will find here the symbol perpendicular and a click. So you draw here perpendicular line to this diagonal. So you draw a line from any point. You go closer. This is perpendicular. As you see the symbol here, the 90 degrees or the right angle. You click and this is the perpendicular. Let's move to the next one. We have tangent. I'm gonna activate the tangent and see what does that make. For the tangent is for the circles. I'm gonna draw a circle here using center radius or any other ways. And I need to draw a line tangent to this circle. I start the line command. I will draw a line, and as you see here, you find the tangent. You click on it, enter. Again, line, tangent. So this line is tangent. That means it meets this circle with one point. Line, you draw any line, then you come closer to the circle, and this is the tangent line. Let's move to the next one. So let's move to the next one is the nearest. I'm gonna check the nearest, and from its name, the nearest point, it will give me any point from any object, the nearest point to the cursor. If I go to line and I have the nearest, look how it looks here. This is the nearest. So it could be any point from this line. It is important sometimes that you activate it if you're not looking for midpoint, endpoint, or any specific point, but you need a point from an object. Because if the nearest is not on, and you need a point here, it will only give you end, mid, intersection, or any specific point that you get, but it will not allow you to pick random point of this line. So the best way is to activate the nearest if you need any point, random point, and you need your cursor to give you any point from the line. So this way the cursor is free, but it's still stick to the object, so it's not outside. It will give you point from the object. Okay, and then you can draw. The next one, it's a parent intersection, and this is also good one. The parent intersection, sometimes we use it. A parent intersection will give you the intersection of 2 points that they do not actually meet. Let's say that this line and this line, they don't actually intersect. Okay, let's say that I need to draw a line from their intersection, but I don't need to extend them actually. So I will activate the apparent intersection. Let's go to line, and I need to type APP line of, this is the first one, pick it, and this, and now I get an X. If I click, I'll draw from this intersection of these two lines. Let's say I need to draw a circle from the intersection. I go to the circle radius, and the center I could put APP, which is apparent intersection, and pick one, and here's the second one. I go over it without clicking. Then when I find the X that I need, I could click on it. If it's not that line, I go to the second line. So this intersection between this line and this line, and here you go. I draw this circle using the apparent intersection. The last one here is the parallel, and this is very good if you need to draw parallel lines. So let's draw a line here, start a point, and go closer. When you find the parallel, this is the parallel line. You go closer. When you find this symbol parallel, you go out and you find the dashed line, then you click. So again, you draw a line, pick the first point, go closer when you find that little parallel symbol. Do not click, just go and find the dashed line, then you click. Now, I need to show you something. Sometimes when we have a lot of object snap, by doing shift right click. Now, if you do shift right click, you will get all these objects now, and you choose the one that you want. So the perpendicular, it will come. If I need tangent, I'll start the command that I want. I go to any point, and here the tangent. If it doesn't come, right click and pick it up. Like I need a quadrant or I need tangent. If I need a quadrant, that's it. So you will not get any other thing. You just get the quadrant in this case. If you need a tangent, so you just shift right click, then you get the tangent, and then you get the tangent point. Now we need to talk a little bit about the object snap tracking. Let's activate it and see why it's important to activate it. The object snap tracking will give you lines to track. I'm gonna delete everything for now and show you what does that mean. I will draw an 8 sides edge, and let's say that I need to get some lines. If this is the top view or the plan view, and you need to make, for example, elevation or side view, so you need to track this point. The best way is to have object snap and object snap tracking. I'm gonna make the polar tracking to track all the angles you want, and here I'm gonna start with 90, 180, and I will show you others soon. Just let's start with the first one here, 90, 180 degrees, and the multiple of 90s. Now, if I need to make side view, I will start with line. As you see here, you can draw lines without clicking. Do not click on the object snap, just go over the dashed line, you set the tracking line. And if you need to track more line, look at that, you just drag and get these lines by tracking the lines. The object snap down. Look here, I got intersection, then I click, I'll get here intersection, I click another one. Hit enter again to start the line command. Do not click here, just go to the right, drag the point, the object snap. Here I get an X, click, go to the right, drag. When you get this X, click and enter to finish selecting. Let's drag this point, line command or enter to repeat the command. Now go to the right, let's drag this one again, look at that, and drag this. Now click. I get all these lines from tracking the point. Now if I'm drawing other elevation down here, I'll do the same thing, line. Let's drag this without clicking, okay? Go down, click anywhere, and draw the line. Hit enter again to repeat the line command. I go down. If I need to track 2 points, I go over them without clicking. When I find the intersection, I click. Let's drag this one to track it and click. Okay, let's do one more. Look at that, without clicking. Just to track it without clicking. And here again. Let's do that one more time. Okay, and here you go. So I track this. Let's say that I'm doing here elevation, and I can also track this point if it's the center. Okay, and draw here. Look at that. Okay, so you can complete the drawing this way by tracking the center, the geometric center of the polygon, and track all the points down. Now, let's say that I need to draw the other elevation, but I don't need it to be on that side. So I'm gonna delete this. I will draw a line for a projecting line on 45 degrees. So I will set the polar tracking to 45. Then I will draw here. Let's draw it from any point over 45 degrees. And as you see here, it's 45. Enter. Now what I can do is go, let's extend that a little bit. So let's draw a line here from this point to the intersection. I turn off the nearest point. I don't need that. So this is the intersection point. And then I'll get it down here. I'll draw another line. Now again, I get that point to the intersection. Okay. Again to the intersection. And again, let's do that to the intersection. Now I'm gonna draw a line from here and draw a line from here to the intersection as well. Okay, and then we can trim these lines here if we don't need them, and we can erase the projecting line. Okay, and here if you need to do any other trimming, we can trim that. So as you see here, we can draw all the elevation using the polar tracking and the projecting line over 45 degrees. We can draw all the elevations using the object snap tracking, and polar tracking. Polar tracking also, it could be used to draw any angles you want. Like if you need to draw a line on 30, 60, 90 degrees or multiple of 30s, you can set up that 30. And I can draw here a line. As you see now, it is 30 degrees. Enter. Draw another line. See now it is 60. So it is multiple of 30. Okay. Now it's 120. Now it is 150. Now we can draw it 180. And as you see, this is the 0. So you can keep going to draw all the lines over the multiple of 30. Now we do have several angles, like this is a 23 if you set that up, so you can go over the 23. So you need to just to move the cursor to find that it is on the screen, it's a 23, now it is a 23. However, some cases we need different than that. So here what we have is 90, 45, 30, 23, 18, 15, 10, and 5. What about if I need different one, like let's say I need a 24 and it is not here, or multiple of 24 like 48. So we can go to tracking setting, and we can add a new, and we put it like a 24. Okay, then we put OK, and as you see here, it will be added. So if you need to find a different angle, just go there. This is 24 now. Okay, as you see here, you have the dashed line, and it is a 24. Okay, so as I mentioned in this video, using ObjectSnap is very, very important, and you can set them all up, or you can pick and choose some of them. Remember that Shift right click will give you option to use ObjectSnap. You can go to ObjectSnap setting as well and pick any of these ObjectSnap by clicking on all of them, like select all, clear all, so you have an option to use them. Also, what you have is ObjectSnap if you need to use the keyboard, which is F3. So you can turn off or turn on by using F3 button on your keyboard. I hope that is helpful. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comment if you have any question, and if you like the video, please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel to get notified when I publish new videos. Thank you so much, and this is Manal Abdullal.